It was a golden Saturday evening, the kind where the air smelled of charcoal and cut grass. I was flipping burgers on the grill when my new neighbor, Lena, appeared on the other side of the fence, auburn hair tied in a messy bun, holding a tray of marinated chicken. She smiled, that kind of smile that lingers longer than it should. "Smells amazing," she said. "Mind if I join?" I nodded, pretending not to notice the sparkle in her eyes. We laughed over smoky air and sizzling food. The radio hummed an old country tune. For a moment, the world felt simple, just two neighbors sharing dinner by the fence. As the sun dipped low, she leaned closer, the flames reflecting in her eyes. "You know," she said softly, "I really hope you're not married." Her words hung between us like smoke. My hand froze mid-turn of the spatula. I managed a laugh, nervous, unsure. "Why's that?" She tilted her head, smirking. "Because I don't like competing with wives." My heart raced. I could feel the wedding ring hidden in my pocket, taken off before mowing the lawn, forgotten on the porch table. And now it felt like a secret burning in my chest. That night, a soft knock came at the door. Through the peephole I saw her, wrapped in a light robe, hair damp from a shower. "I couldn't sleep," she whispered when I opened the door. "Thought maybe you couldn't either." For a long second, I just stood there, torn between guilt and something dangerously tempting. From the living room, the family photo on the mantel caught my eye. My wife's smile stared back at me, a reminder, an anchor. I stepped aside, letting the door slowly close between us. Outside, the grill still sat cold and silent, smoke long gone, but the memory of her words still burning in the night air. It was one of those perfect suburban Saturdays, warm light spilling across the lawns, the hum of sprinklers in the distance, and the faint crackle of charcoal in my grill. I stood in the backyard, tongs in hand, flipping burgers, while the scent of hickory, smoke curled up into the blue afternoon sky. I'd only moved in a few weeks ago, and the neighborhood still felt like a movie set. Neat hedges, white fences, kids chasing each other with water guns, peaceful, predictable. Then she appeared. Lena, my next-door neighbor, leaned over the fence, resting her arms on the wood as if she'd been waiting for the right moment to introduce herself. Her hair caught the sunlight, a streak of auburn gleaming against her pale skin. She was holding a tray of marinated chicken, the kind that looked like it had been prepared with care. "Smells incredible," she said with a smile that was easy and confident all at once. "You're putting my dinner plans to shame." I laughed, brushing the sweat from my brow. "I doubt that. You look like you know what you're doing in the kitchen." She grinned wider. "Flattery already. I might have to start borrowing your grill." There was something disarming about the way she said it. Casual, teasing, but with an undercurrent that made my stomach tighten. I told her she was welcome any time, and before I knew it, she had swung open the side gate and stepped into my yard, barefoot on the grass like she belonged there. We fell into easy conversation as the smoke rose between us. Stories about the neighborhood, about how she'd moved in a few months before me, about the nosy old couple across the street. She poured us both a drink from the cooler I'd brought out earlier, and for a while it didn't feel like two strangers talking. It felt like an old rhythm rediscovered. When she laughed, she tilted her head back and closed her eyes, the kind of laughter that filled the empty space between us. I found myself watching her more than I should have. She noticed, I think, because she didn't look away when our eyes met. For a few quiet seconds, the grill popped, the radio hummed, and the air between us thickened. The world seemed to slow down. Just her, me, the glow of the coals, and something unspoken beginning to spark to life.